Well, hey there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. We do have a storm tracker alert day for you today because of some rough weather that we're expecting by this evening. Yes, this is going to have major impacts on our Fat Tuesday, even before the actual line of storms move in. Now, there will be a fast-moving line of storms that comes in this evening, 6 p.m. to 1 a.m., probably more like 8 or 9 through Mobile. Kind of give you that time frame. Enhanced risk of damaging winds, tornadoes, level 3 risk here today, and it'll move out just after midnight. Here is the severe outlook. We once again are in a level 3 enhanced risk. Now, we get those level 1 marginal risks all the time. We get the level 2 slight risk, fairly often. The level 3 risk, once we get up to that level, we don't get those very often. We do get them, but not very often. And so it's one of those deals where you really need to be paying attention today because we do anticipate some severe weather. When you get level 1s or level 2s, we may get severe weather. By the time we get up to that level 3, it's going to be set that we're going to get some level of severe weather. Strong tornadoes are possible, not extremely likely, I mean, not like a real high risk, but even a low risk of strong tornadoes is significant. So we got to watch out for that as well today. So warm, unstable air is feeding in from the Gulf, feeding into the system. It's over in Texas here this morning, but it's quickly moving. And, as bad as things, it's rough weather for us today, but we've got it good compared to New Orleans because New Orleans is going to get the weather in much earlier, and it's going to it already is having major impacts on their Fat Tuesday. They've had to modify, change a lot of they've moved them all up. They've taken out a lot of the like the marching bands and stuff like that. So they're just basically the floats that are going to be rolling down the streets. That's in New Orleans. So they're already made a bunch of changes. We've made some changes as well. I'll get to that here in just a second. Futurecast, noontime. Doesn't look bad there on the Futurecast. What you really can't see is that the winds will start picking up at that point above 30 miles an hour. At gusting now, once we get in the middle of the afternoon, up to 40 miles per hour. That's 4 o'clock. I'm looking at this because we just got a new model run in, and it's interesting. So it's showing some scattered showers out ahead. Got to watch out for those. But the main line still to the west, that's in New Orleans at there at 6. And then for us, it gets in around 8. And the models have slowed down with this line of storms. Earlier today, it was showing it coming in around 7-ish. Now it's more like 8 to 9. So it's slowed it down a little bit, not much. And keep in mind, we're still just looking at a model here. Things could go a little faster or a little slower still than what this model is showing. But we're getting closer. And the high-resolution models do a pretty good job once they start getting this close. 9 o'clock right through the middle of Mobile. 10 o'clock in Baldwin County moving into the Panhandle. And once again, this line will have severe storms along with it. I mean, we'll get wind gusts here easily 70, 80 miles per hour along that front edge of the line. And that could spin up some tornadoes as well. Most of them, and the most likely scenario with the tornadoes that we get those quick spin up weak tornadoes, but we can't rule out, 1, maybe 2 stronger tornadoes somewhere in that big area. Now may not be in our area, maybe more over towards central Mississippi. That would be my thinking, more likely to happen there, but we're not completely out of the woods with it, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. The other issue we have before the storms ever happen is the winds. Look at these wind gusts, folks. They're going to be above 40 miles an hour not much long after lunchtime. We got parades rolling. People are setting up those tents, which they do, but I wish they wouldn't have set them up today because they are going to turn into flying projectiles. They're going to get blown around. Please be careful out there on the parade route today. There is going to be stuff blowing around for sure. Your stuff, if it isn't tied down, set down on the ground, it will get blown around. Very strong. I mean, those are wind gusts that we typically get with tropical systems. We don't get those very often when we don't have a tropical system. So that is something else. So that means here at the beaches today, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach parade starts at 10 in Gulf Shores, starts at 2 in Orange Beach. It is going to be super windy for those parades. Once again, don't set up any tents. The morning parades in Mobile, the Order of Athena at 10:30, the Nights of Revelry in King Felix and Comet Cowboys at 12:30. It's going to be super windy, especially by the time we get to the Comet Cowboys, towards the end of that second parade. And then, here's where things start changing. Remember we told you there's changes. The Mammoth Parade has now been moved up an hour. It was 2, now it is 1. So they have moved this up. It's still going to be extremely windy for the Mammoth Parade. It's on Route B, 74 degrees. If you don't know what Route B is, check it out on our Float Tracker app. 1 o'clock. moved up. Also, bigger news here. The order of myths have been moved up to 5 o'clock. In fact, I didn't take out the rain there. I think the strong storms will come after, so I need to change some of the wording on this. Once again, it'll be, extremely windy, but I think we'll be okay. The whole point of moving it up was to get this parade in before that rain begins. And of course, at 5 o'clock, I need to use a daylight here, so we'll just go with windy because that's basically what we're looking at. So changing it on the fly because they have, once again, moved this up. So this helps us out. It's still going to be very windy. It's going to be very dark and cloudy. But at least we're going to be moving away from the less chance of having the storms come in while that parade is going. So literally while you're watching here, I changed the graphic because they have moved this up by 1 hour. Hopefully that's enough. They may try to get it to roll even a little bit quicker than that. We'll see. So once again, it's a STORMtracker Alert for those storms here today. Gusty winds out there all day long. Tomorrow's Ash Wednesday. It'll still be very breezy tomorrow, but it'll be pretty, sunshiny, and a nice day. A little cooler on Thursday. Friday's quiet day. Saturday, more rain, but not severe. We don't have a severe risk zone for Saturday, so that is the good news. So once again, there have been changes made to some of the parades today. The Mamga Mammoth Parade has been moved forward by 1 hour. It is now going to roll at 1 o'clock. So that is the Mamga Mammoth Parade. I mean, the winds are going to be howling, 30 to 40 miles per hour. They have also moved up the, actually, it didn't change the winds either. The winds will be here. I mean, we're talking, 40 plus miles per hour at times. Gusting. I mean, not that way the whole time. But I need to add that in as well to this graphic. So very, very windy. Obviously, thankfully, they've moved things up, but it will stay windy throughout the thing. And it's still going to be close for the folks trying to clean up, vendors and that sort of thing. It's going to be very close to getting out in time before the storms move in. The models have slowed it down a little bit to more like 8, maybe 9 o'clock in Mobile. And let's hope that continues to be the case. The more time we have, the better off we'll be. So we'll keep an eye on it for you, obviously, letting you know how things will go out there on the parade routes this afternoon. You stay tuned to Fox 10. We'll continue to have the latest updates here on your Fat Tuesday. Hey, have fun regardless. Laissez-les, bon temps relay. Have a great one. We'll catch up with you soon.